Hello, T3 Arena. This is Lacey Cass.
I'm Gordo.
Season 5, Sin City, is set to start on March 2nd. This new season update will bring you a new hero, a new matchmaking system, new events, and a preview of 5 vs 5. Now, let's get right into it.
With Ranked, we've refined the MMR system and tailored it specifically for T3. A lot of our ranked matches are really sweaty and super fun to play, thanks to our matchmaking algo. And today, we're super excited to announce Matchmaking 3.0, our next generation algo for casual modes.
In the current casual modes, matchmaking is primarily based on trophies. The challenge is, there could be a big difference in skill levels between individuals. This gets specifically tricky when a new player teams up with an experienced one. But with Matchmaking 3.0, we'll apply our learnings in Ranked and take it up a notch.
The new system will assign a score for both individual players and pre-made teams. This score will be based on data points such as player experience, whether a player is in a pre-made team or not, results across different game modes, AFK records, and more.
The individual scores will then be aggregated to become a team score. The new system will be applied to all casual modes after the update, meaning trophies won't be a factor in matchmaking anymore. And because it's casual mode, the algorithm will apply a wider tolerance of skill differences to ensure that matchmaking time is as fast as it can get.
Also, do note that when Matchmaking 3.0 first launches with the new season, it may take a few hours for the server to calibrate your new true skill score. Matchmaking 3.0 is an important upgrade to the gameplay experience, and we hope that your matches will be way more fun after the update.
Apart from matchmaking, we're making some important changes to casual mode. First of all, hero selection. Now, in all game modes, you'll get to pick your hero after your mode and map.
Yeah, that's right. Even in casual mode. Meaning that, for example, when you queue up for TDM, you'll first get matched, then you'll see which map got randomly generated, and then you pick your hero. With this, we expect to see even more varied and interesting team comps.
Next up, game mode changes. We hope to improve matchmaking time across casual and ranked modes. While some of the modes don't get played much in casual modes, we wish to focus more players on fewer game modes. So in this update, we'll make 2 of the game modes ranked exclusives.
They are Clash and Payload Escort. These modes will be available via ranked mode or private rooms, but no longer in casual mode. Both modes were too long or too intense for casual, so we think it makes more sense to make them a ranked mode or tournament exclusive.
Season 5, Sin City, welcomes the galaxy's most wanted pirate, Fade. Fade is a Vanguard hero. Once the Pirate King, Fade possesses a high-tech weapon called the Quantum Cannon. His weapon fires cannonballs that bounce around the map. As a reckless pirate, Fade doesn't need to aim like a pro, as enemies will easily be trapped by his cannonballs. With his active ability, Plunder Rush, Fade rushes forward, sticking to the opponents. Opponents can do nothing until Fade stops rushing or hits a wall. With his ultimate, Atom Fade, he fires a bomb to create a singularity that devours all opponents within range. Fade is a unique hybrid Vanguard hero, which takes a bit from Vector, Zero Kelvin, and even Fort.
Also, fun fact! According to lore, Fade once stayed at Digi, and he's now on the run from Labula Space Police. You can unlock Fade by reaching level 30 of the Premium Battle Pass. Fade will also come with his own hero task. By knocking out 100 opponents with Fade, you can receive an extra 500 glory points.
With the Sin City Battle Pass, not only will you unlock Fade, but also Christina's Lady Boss skin, the Flower of Darkness banner, the Sin City hologram, the Rocket Launcher KO Fizz, Mark's Highest Alert skin, and Fade Swanky Sin City Mogul skin, as well as a bunch of resources like T-Gems, Power Cores, Rumble Boxes, and so much more.
The new ranked season is also starting on March the 2nd. The ranked store will also be filled with a series of new knockout fizzes, holograms, and Victor Zinstein Gold Blaster skin. Plus, by winning 30 ranked matches, you will also receive Aleda's Shockwave skin.
Fade is no stranger to the district's most wanted posters. He's the leader of the gang who is trying to save the city from corporate greed and corruption. In fact, some government officials stole the precious tea crystals from the city's reserve and hid them in the form of jewelry. Diggy's job was to steal them back and put them to good use. With the arrival of the gang, we visited one of the most dangerous and seedy areas in T3 Arena. Introducing Sin City Nights.
During Sin City Nights, a series of challenges, minigames, and more will be unlocked each day. In these events, you get tons of extra rewards, including season-exclusive items, Night Kisses and Gala Veils, Judex's Revolt skin, the Sin City portrait frame, the City Sniper banner, as well as many other resources. You'll also receive star coins by playing in the Sin City events.
Speaking of skins, Diggy will be getting a brand new mythic skin, Lady of the Night, which will be available via the arcade. Now, let's take a look at all the new skins arriving at Sin City.
Next, let's talk about gameplay. At T3 Arena, we want to create a classic hero shooter experience in the palm of your hands. Today, we're thrilled to introduce an all-new gameplay experience to the exact same map that you open and play every day. The biggest thing that's happened to T3 since T3.
Introducing the 5 vs 5 game mode in beta. T3 Arena in 5 vs 5 is fast, chaotic, and pure fun. It's an evolution to our classic gameplay and a big step forward in creating a hero shooter experience in the palm of your hands. The team's been working on it for over a year, and we can't wait for you to try it out in person. While 5 vs 5 is in beta, playing the mode will still earn you trophies, so you don't need to worry about not getting trophies by playing it in beta.
With 5 vs 5, we're excited to introduce 3 important new mechanisms to T3 Arena. They are playing in teams of 5, switching heroes within a match, and controlling 3 abilities instead of 2. Before we dive deep into these mechanisms, do note that in the coming months, we may be constantly changing the game mode. This may include removing certain things or adding some.
Yeah, our goal is to test the game mode more thoroughly before rolling it out in a wider scale. Now, in the next few minutes, we'll be covering all of these new mechanisms. So fasten your seatbelt, grab a snack, and let's get started. Playing in teams of 5 will completely change your experience at T3 Arena. Having 10 players in the field at the same time means that we had to completely rework how heroes are balanced. For example, in our early playtests, Jabali became super OP when you can have 2 support heroes in the same team while also having 2 extra slots for damage heroes.
So, in the upcoming beta test, we'll introduce a new set of hero balancing. This will mean that any hero you bring into 5 vs 5 will be maxed out. And the upgrades to your heroes in the classic mode should not be a consideration. Unlike in a MOBA game, this 5 vs 5 mode will not give you a preset role to play in, so you'll be able to play freely and explore any types of team comps. With our limited resources, we were unable to rebalance all heroes, so in the upcoming test, we'll bring along 11 heroes with a completely new set of hero balancing. We believe the experience will be dynamic enough to have some chaotic fun in the new mode.
Next up, switching heroes. In 5 vs 5, you'll be able to switch to a different hero within the same match. This is a completely different design with the classic mode, and we're super excited to see what you can do with this feature. Switching heroes in the middle of a match means that your team comp can be forever changing and is much more strategic.
You may need to practice playing with a few more heroes. There are two situations where you can switch to a different hero. One, when you're knocked out and waiting for a respawn. Or two, when you're at your respawn area even if you're not knocked out.
There are also nuances to the design of this mechanism that will affect how you play. For example, part of your ultimate charge will be reset when you switch heroes. So you cannot do something like fully charge up Aleta and then switch to Ruby to pop her ultimate. We're very excited to see how this new mechanism will affect the competitive scene as well in the future.
The third major change is controlling 3 abilities instead of 2. In this beta test, we're introducing an all-new second active ability. This active ability can be used alongside your first active and the ult. So, expect your fingers to get a lot busier.
With the new second active, you'll find managing all of these cooldowns a lot more challenging, and since we decided to go well in combos with other abilities, you'll need to be way more strategic in planning out when to use them. It is also the first time we introduce abilities with countering properties. For example, some abilities could hinder opponents from getting the heals.
This creates so much possibilities and variations in a match, and using your abilities will now become an even bigger plan. We've tested playing 3 abilities with a simple 2-finger setup, and so far we're finding it kinda difficult but also manageable. In a future test version, we may also not be having this second ability and see how the game changes accordingly. So, do expect some major back and forth testing in the coming months.
Matchmaking is also an important part of the experience, so in 5 vs 5, we'll adopt the MMR algorithm from Ranked, so you will be matched based on your skills instead of the trophies.
Now, when the new season starts, the all-new 5 vs 5 mode will be available in the lab as a beta. 3 maps will be made available, including Emmental, Brouwersdok, and the Giga Cave Mine. 11 heroes will have their stats rebalanced, and you'll be playing with these heroes in their default skins. It will also be available in a completely free private game lobby. So, we highly recommend that you schedule some 5 vs 5 games with your friends. I assure you, it's gonna be tremendous fun.
5 vs 5 is the biggest thing that's happened to T3 since T3. We've worked very hard to deliver this game mode alongside all the other adjustments to the classic modes. We wish you'll enjoy this beta experience, and we can't wait to see all of the creative new ways you'll be testing out.
Balance changes. Season 5 is bringing balance changes to 3 heroes, which we hope will diversify the meta a bit. First, Aleta. With Season 5, Aleta's critical damage will receive a slight nerf. It will take slightly more time for her to take down opponents, which may impact her survivability.
Next up, Gatlin. Gatlin is getting a buff to her passive boosts from Ubercharge. She will now receive a 50% movement speed boost for 1.5 seconds upon entering and leaving Ubercharge. This will grant her higher mobility by triggering her active ability.
Lastly, Zero Calvin's ammo capacity will be nerfed. Now, you might be thinking,
Wasn't Calvin nerfed recently?
that's right. But our data shows that he was still a bit overpowered, both for general players and in the competitive scene. So we decided a further nerf was necessary. All of these balance changes are still under testing, and we'll be sharing the final stats in our patch notes.
Season 5, Sin City. Matchmaking 3.0, new Battle Pass, new Vanguard hero, Fade.
New events, new skins, and the all-new 5 vs 5 mode in beta.
We've worked so hard to bring tons of new contents for this season, and we hope you'll enjoy the Season 5 Sin City update.
Subscribe and hit the bell so you don't miss out on any more news. That's all for today, and we'll see you all in the next one.
Bye!
Bye-bye!
Bye! Ciao! Sayonara!
Ciao! Valeu! Valeu, campeão da...